The world of football has witnessed yet again big attraction as two divides of world football took center stage this past week. Messi versus Ronaldo or Saudi Pro League versus Major League Soccer. The week has big talking point for all football fans. Hello and a warm welcome to this week's edition of WION Podcast. I am Aditya Pimpale and joining me today are my colleagues Abhinav Singh and Aditya Sahay as we speak on the red hot topic of Messi versus Ronaldo or MLS versus Saudi Pro League. So hope you both are doing well, Aditya and Abhinav, because this week has been really turbulent. We have seen Novak Djokovic losing in the Wimbledon final, but that is not the big talking point if you're a football fan, because Lionel Messi has arrived. He has arrived big time at MLS club Inter Miami. I will start off with you first, Aditya. You have seen Messi arrive. So what is your take on this one?
Well, honestly, it was a bit surprising when the news came out that he's going to MLS, because many of us were expecting him to return to Barca at one time, because it was evident that he was set to leave PSG after the end of his contract. But I think he pulled off a surprise, and we are pretty happy with it, because he's giving a new league to a set of audience, a set of fans, because with his arrival, MLS will surely, its popularity will reach to another level now. So yeah, it's a big move, and he has already has received a great, warm welcome by the league.
And we have been talking about Lionel Messi, and hard to mention for a Barcelona fan or Liverpool fan, especially for a Liverpool fan. 2019 Champions League semi-final, Liverpool got their revenge, but Messi has given big tour time to your team, Abhinav. Your take on this Messi thing? He has now arrived. We also have the Ronaldo thing as well, but first Messi.
I mean, you can see the reception he got in Miami the other day. The stadium was jam-packed. You had a footballing star, you can say a very big celebrity in David Beckham ushering Messi on the turf, and then he had his family, and that reception and the number of jerseys that were sold there, like I think it was being sold for around $200, and people were buying it like it was hot cake or something. And that shows, this is America we are talking about. MLS has been around for quite some time there, but we haven't seen this craze ever there. Messi is that brand name that can make it popular in America, and you know how big of a market America is. Take for example F1. F1 was a product that was only popular in Europe. When F1 was bought by this new company and it went to America through that Netflix show, it became huge. Football is huge in possibly the entire globe, but America has been left untouched, and possibly the GOAT can tap onto this market through his popularity.
So you're already making a big claim that he's the GOAT. By the way, one addition fact, they were around 3.5 billion. That is, I'm talking about billion, underline it, control B. Social media views on that Lionel Messi thing when he arrived at Inter Miami. But Aditya, you have seen a lot of Lionel Messi. He was talking about how big the MLS was. It has been around since 1996. You wrote a story on the ticket pricing. You must be certainly knowing the facts that how big is that Lionel Messi impact on the US fans.
Yes, definitely, and we can know by the fact that it is already has become the most watched football presentation worldwide, the Lionel Messi unveiling presentation which happened this Sunday. So I mean, the craze is unparalleled, and yeah, as Abhinav rightly pointed out, that America as a market is so huge for everything. The potential is so much for each and every sector, and then Messi's arrival to MLS, it's a sure shot boost. It's a win-win for both, even the owners and even for Messi at this point of his career. So it's a welcome move. I would say it's a very nice strategic alliance. And talking about the ticket prices, it has already it has hit the roof, and it has now become the most expensive ticket prices for any MLS team. Yeah, and the deal also for Messi is a brilliant one. I mean, he's earning a whopping amount. I mean, through his salary, he's got a equity. So there's everything to look forward to, and I think the league is set. The ball is in Messi's court now, and everyone is waiting for his debut match on Friday.
You are speaking about the debut match. You are talking about the big US market. There's also the fact that the Major League Cricket has also started in US. We know the fact that, and talking of Formula One, they have more than one Grand Prix in Formula One. But moving aside, that is happening in one part of the world. The other part of the world, Cristiano Ronaldo, his arch rival and a long-time friend as well, he made a statement the day before, and that he has said that the Saudi League is much better than the MLS. Abhinav, is the Saudi League really better than the MLS?
Well, you thought Messi versus Ronaldo rivalry was over the moment they stepped out of Europe, but folks, it hasn't. Ronaldo is still firing the shots. It seems highly unlikely that Messi will respond, but the first shot has been fired by Ronaldo. He has said that Saudi Pro League is a much bigger league than MLS, and that more players are coming to Saudi because he took that decisive step last year. Of course, Saudi has the power, it has the money might, it has the moolah, but that is Messi we are talking about. And if career opportunities, if a place that you want to go to at the end of your career and have a good lavish lifestyle for your family, I think USA is still the place to be. Even though Saudi has the money might right now, you have to factor in the climate and everything regarding your future, your family's future. So I think it's probably competition between Ronaldo and Messi, but it's a very even Stevens right now.
Okay, it is even Stevens at the moment, but we can compare the Saudi League to the Chinese Super League, which was a success, which was also a big failure after the COVID-19. But Aditya, coming back to what Messi has been, we will talk about the business fact. They both have had very successful careers, but in terms of what you have seen over the years between Messi and Ronaldo, who do you think is a better business? Is it the Saudi Pro League or is it the MLS?
Well, honestly, Aditya, I can't say about this because if at this point, if someone had to compete with the Saudi League in terms of money, it has to be the American League. And so call it an intentional move or not. Obviously, it's not an intentional move, but Messi's move has just opened the gate for a huge rivalry now between the American League and the Saudi one. And Saudi has also already seen the influx of some big players such as Karim Benzema, and Roberto Firmino has also joined along with Cristiano Ronaldo. So that is why Ronaldo said that in 1 year, more and more top players will come to Saudi. And in a year, the Saudi League will overtake the Turkish League and the Dutch League. So he's pretty confident. But let's see, I don't think Messi will counter this. But he'll make...
But do you think, Aditya, is it because of Ronaldo that players are coming there, or is it just the money? We are talking about personalities.
I think Ronaldo can claim it's because of him, but honestly, I think it's because of the money. There's no shortage of that, and the American League is also, there's no dearth of money there also. So I think more players will follow Messi also. Not exactly follow, but then the American League will now become much more popular with his arrival, and we are all waiting for it. And Inter Miami, I'm sure the fortunes will change now for the good.
Certainly, the fortunes might well just change. But one point I would like to point out is the fact that we had David Beckham in the MLS. He came up when Rooney came up, but all of a sudden, that the Saudi League, it has some of the big names. You mentioned Roberto Firmino. There are young players like Ruben Neves who has been attracted. But on the other hand, Barcelona, former Barcelona players, Jordi Alba, Sergio Busquets, they are on their way to the other league. So do you really think that attracting players is a big problem for MLS? Because MLS hasn't attracted that many big players like the Saudi League has.
Look, again, money speaks. You have this public investment fund of Saudi Arabia backing the top 4 teams of Saudi Pro League, and that is probably one of the biggest companies in the world. Probably only behind Apple or Saudi Aramco. So, they have the money, they have the big bags. MLS will have to step up big time. They have the GOAT by their side, but they need a lot of public exposure. They need to get their timing sorted, because if they don't get their timing sorted, they might be missing on a big market, that is India. Because most of the matches they will be playing, they will be in the probably morning time of India, which is not really a good time. You can play matches around 12 a.m. in India, because as Champions Leagues watchers, we are used to that timing. But again, if you compare it to the South American timings that used to take place during Copa America, it is difficult for Indians to wake up and watch MLS religiously. And given the fact that Messi is in a probably a mid-table team. It will take some good kind of football. It's not just about going to a team. It's about playing a good attacking brand of football, which his team might have to do. Just the name pulling and can attract attention, but to hold that attention, to hold that the viewers for a long period of time, I think Saudi Arabia Pro League might just have the edge, because I will be watching that purely because of the number of players that have gone there.
Certainly, before we end up, because since we are nearing our end of the time, one small debate that we can end up with. Aditya, I will start first with you. Messi or Ronaldo? Who was the better player?
Better player, I would say Messi.
You have gone for Messi, and Abhinav, for you, I guess you have already stated with the GOAT thing, but still, if you want to choose someone.
I mean, you have insulted me by asking this question now. I have already said GOAT like 5 times during this podcast. So yeah, of course.
Okay, you are going for the GOAT as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Abhinav Singh and Aditya Sahay. As we wrap up this edition of WION podcast, Messi versus Ronaldo. We will have more on this one on our next podcast as well. Do stay tuned to our WION podcast. You can write it on our Twitter, Facebook and Instagram page as well. And Messi versus Ronaldo, who is the GOAT? Do mention it in a comment box as well. For now, from me and the rest of the team, goodbye and thanks for joining.